So here we go, welcome back to another edition of Game Day, the final one of 2021. Town take on Wycombe Wanderers here at Portman Road under lights, a big crowd once again expected. Kieran McKenna's first game in charge as Blues manager. Hopefully we can end the year on a high note. Hope you enjoy as ever the sights and the sounds and the fans' thoughts after the game. Let's get right into it, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to our new Let's raise the roof. Come on, you Wolves.
Ipswich 1, Wycombe Wanderers 0. Well, Merry Christmas and a joyous Ron Mule to everybody out there. First game of KMC Squared's reign tonight. Well, we kind of went into it with a bit of trepidation, didn't we? We kind of didn't know, like, tactically how he's going to set up, didn't know how the team was going to be or what formation or any of that. And it was pretty much quite similar to Sunderland. And I think we could be quite pleased with that because Sunderland was an excellent game. Today, you got to give credit to the boys, haven't you? The way that we went out there, the way that we fought. We knew how kind of one-dimensional Wycombe were going to be when they kind of came out to us, and they were strong. They're a good team. The league table does not lie, does it? They were fifth before tonight, weren't they? But we came out, we battled them, we showed our strengths. Let's not forget, we've got some absolutely cracking players. The squad is decent, and we really played to our strengths tonight. It's a shame Morsey got booked so early on. I think it was just on the touch of 8 minutes, wasn't it? Because the first 10 minutes, the first 15 minutes was just absolutely brutal, wasn't it? And kind of, they came to us and we were like, we'll kind of bring it on. We're Ipswich Town and we're going to kind of do you over. And for us to get that win in front of 26,000 and however many people were here was just absolutely brilliant. So a nice kind of slightly late Christmas present for us here. We've deserved that. The team deserved it. The fans deserved it. And hopefully this can be our run. This can be our upwards trajectory, up the table. And let's be that team that sneak into the playoffs and just get out of this league. But onwards we go. Lincoln, fingers crossed on New Year's Day. And come on, you Blues.
Segs here. First game under McKenna. And to be fair, there's a little bit of work in progress still to do, but what a win that was. We beat a top six side at home, a clean sheet, so you can't really fault that. Norwood, star today, played really well. Obviously, I don't think he'll score a goal like that again. It was just an easy put away, but that's a poacher's goal. So, good goal we've scored. Got it just before half time, which is what you want. That's a good time to score, horrible time to concede. So, but in terms of the opposition, they brought us down a bit. They're obviously dirty Wycombe, always cheating. Can't stand them really, but they've come here, tried bringing us down to the level, and that hasn't really worked for them. And we've come away here at home, got a 3 point under McKenna. As I say, it's still a work in progress. There's still a touch of the old regime where we're passing it back, and there's still a bit of work to do. But in terms of today, it's still impressive. Still impressive. We've got 3 points. We push on and get back on the table with 10 points off sixth. It's a bit of a hard time to sort of really look at the table at the moment because obviously we've got COVID postponements and stuff like that. So, but in terms of that, if we can keep pushing on under McKenna now, if Lincoln's on, sort of get a win again, we can hope to sort of start climbing up the table again, which is what we need to do, and sort of save the season if we can. Fingers crossed we can, but yeah, delighted. First win as a married man, so happy overall. 3 points and we go home happy.
Matt here, and a bit of cheer for Ipswich Town over the festive season. The McKenna era has started with a win. I think since he's come in, McKenna has conducted himself with an air of quiet authority and calmness, and I felt that was almost reflected out on the pitch in that performance. I felt like it was, again, authoritative, calm, apart from a bad miss from a set play from Wycombe towards the end. They didn't have real fear like ever lay a glove on us, never looked really like scoring. And I think, you look at both of the performances, both against Wycombe tonight and against Wycombe away, and that's what this squad is capable of. It is capable of mixing with the top teams in this division. I make no secret of how I don't like how Wycombe go about their business. It's more akin to rugby, I think, than football, but they are effective in what they do, and on 2 occasions this season we've shown we can match it and better it. And if maybe if we'd had a few more nights like that this season, we'd be in a better place. But I'm delighted for McKenna. I think that the midfield was excellent all game. I felt like Sam Morsey, put himself about. I thought Wolfenden at the back was calm and composed. Edmondson goes about his business as always. And I think Hladky deserves a special mention as well. I think he commanded his box well. He punched one that he really should have caught. But I think when you look at his earlier performances, he's not covered himself in glory, and he's come away. He's caught most things into his box, and every player on that pitch can come away. They've stood up to a man, and hopefully that's the model going forward. And hopefully this new era that we've got going on at Town, how many times have we said that, but hopefully this one is going to be a success for us. I think McKenna's come across well. I'm sure it'll be delighted tonight, and I'm sure it'll be back to business before Lincoln if that goes ahead, and hopefully we'll go into a new year on a high.
Well. New man in charge, 3 points in his debut. Kieran McKenna, we absolutely love you. Brilliant game to be here at Wycombe, 26,000 fans in, absolute brilliant atmosphere, absolutely electric. I unfortunately missed the Sunderland game, but that was a performance in the beautiful Portman Road. James Norwood, right place, right time, doesn't matter how they're scored, doesn't matter how they go in, it's a goal at the end of the day, 3 points. We'd actually looked pretty good. It's the first time I've seen them look pretty good since, I can't remember actually, maybe the last time actually we played Wycombe, maybe I'm not too sure, but we've done very well today, looked really good, 3 at the back, that should continue, keep going, long way. Lucky socks, I don't know if Ross can see it, but I've got my lucky socks on I got for Christmas, got us 3 points today, on to the next one, hopefully the Lincoln game goes ahead, touch, metal.
I'm not going to go quite as mad as I did last time when I said that I had no complaints. I've got one huge complaint, which is the absolute bell end of a referee and 2 linesmen who have the incompetency of... And it's not just League One referees, they're just useless. But we fought, we worked hard, and that ultimately is the same against Wigan. We fought and we fought and we fought, and we were... you did all the dirty stuff, which you haven't seen. You didn't see that against Bolton or someone like that. We did the dirty things, and we fought them tooth and nail, which is exactly what I want. Love Norwood being back in the side. Subtle tweaks to the formation. Norwood a little bit deeper off Bonn. Aluko more of a licence to roam deeper rather than just playing sideways across behind the front 2. So there are tactical tweaks in there. Second half is where I've got a slight grumble because we dropped too deep. We were defending, from my liking, far too deep, but also in the first half, where they wanted it up in the air, we brought it down and we played and we imposed our own style of play on the game, and I haven't seen us do that in years. We've, for ages, just taken our style of crew play, and so we play on the ground. Then you come against a physical side like Rotherham and it's all in the air. So to impose our style of play on them, I was really impressed with that in the first half. Second half, we didn't have that same dominance. I thought Evans in the first half, best game he's had for the club so far. He was actually running things rather than just being a waste of space. I was actually seriously impressed with Evans in the first half. Norwood's effort. Wolfenden I thought was immense. Donasian had Vokes on a plate. And I think that the second half was down to a change of tactic from them. They overloaded the right-hand side, which pushed Burns back. And that was a fundamental difference, is because they just pushed everybody over into that corner and he had no room to roam. So credit to them for that tactical tweak. But no, I'm content. I'm not going to go quite as mad as I did against Sunderland and say no complaints. But I've only got a couple of minor niggles. If you carry on showing that commitment and that fight, even if we don't make playoffs or anything like that this season, because I think the season's gone, I'm going to finish the season a happy man. That's all I want, is fight and commitment.
Hi there, it's Bloomers, and I can be calm this evening because for Mr. McKenna's first game we saw what we've really wanted to see all season. Some street smarts, some fight, and a little bit of quality when it was necessary. Wycombe were very poor, very one-dimensional. They look a team devoid of ideas really, but I don't want to really talk about them because tonight's all about the first game of the new regime, and it was very pleasing, or middle to very pleasing from what we saw. It was great to see the centre-backs mop up and have to do all the dirty work because they were put under it for quite a bit of the game. Centre-backs did really well, and that was very pleasing. We got not really a fortunate goal, but what we did have was a player that was in the right place at the right time in James Norwood, and if we want to retain his services, then we're going to have to look at that in the coming months, if not the end of the season, because for someone to be in the right place at the right time in this level, they're going to attract all kinds of attention from all kinds of clubs. And we can talk about the background of Norwood, but at the end of the day, if he continues to do that on the pitch, he's going to be an asset to whatever team he's in. So that's one to look at. Slight grumbles, I guess. It's a bit sad to see Macaulay Bonne with little confidence at the moment. You can see that he's trying, but he's forever standing offside, and that's not helping. And you saw the shot that he had when he was sort of semi-through on goal. He dragged it wide. So it's a real shame, and hopefully he can get back up to speed, because we know what he can do. We saw it at the start of the season. But at the end of the day, you're never going to beat a team 4 or 5-0 in a manager's first game, or very rarely. So that's about as good as we could have hoped for. And it stops the rot. Got a win on the board. We had some rest. We've got some players back. And if we do play against Lincoln at the weekend, then we should go into it full of confidence. And if we don't, we rest up. We hit Gillingham away on the 8th of January, and there's no reason we can't get a win from there. So really good this night. And yeah, hopefully it's onwards and upwards.
Right, Matt M. I quite enjoyed that, really. Solid win. It's a gritty win. I think it was interesting to see how we played as a formation. It looked like we switched between 3-5-2 and 3-4-3 and back again as the game went, and that very much buys in with what McKenna said when he arrived about not being wedded to a formation and being flexible. Players know what they want to do, and mostly players did look tonight like they knew what they needed to do. Vladke was a surprise until obviously Walton, well, it's out with COVID, but hopefully we'll see. We'll see Walton back soon. I hope Vladke looked a little bit ropey in the first half. His distribution wasn't ideal. There was a few times. I think it was one where he played it out short and almost gave the ball away. It looked like Morsey came over and had a quick word and said, "Let's not be doing that again." But he looked a little bit more confident the second half. Or that maybe it was because he was further away at the North Stand. He looked more confident from where I was sitting. I don't know. But what was really pleasing at the end was to see us manage the game out well. We've been far too honest the last few years about that, and you can't get away with that in League One. Teams have been doing it to us all the time, so to see us knocking it about and Piggott flicking it away in raging Stockdale towards the end, picking up a yellow for his trouble, Chaplin playing on when he knew he was offside, and then protesting, it was good to see it. Certainly that 5 minutes of added on time. The only complaint towards the end was I thought we sat a little bit deep towards the end and invited it a bit, but we saw it out. It's a solid win. I think that's the first time we've doubled the team this season. So that's 4 points out of 6 so far at Pack Out Portman Road. And if Saturday goes ahead, I don't know, maybe we're going to make it 7 from 9. Who knows? We'll have to see. But yeah, enjoyed it.
Hello, I'm James, and I'm reacting to Ipswich Town 1, Wycombe 0. And wow, McKenna's first game in charge, and what a positive experience. 26,000 in the ground, and I really enjoyed it. First half especially, we came out again flying, we were aggressive, we were going into tackles, we were using the pitch well. I really love the fact that our three at the back, our centre-backs were bringing it up the pitch because Wycombe weren't closing us down. And because they weren't closing us down, it just opened up so much more for us. We were, on numerous occasions, Wolfenden, Edmondson, they were just literally waltzing up to the halfway line, spraying passes around, and obviously we got our rewards with the goal. Second half, I thought we were not quite as good. They really were, they tightened up basically. They'd been told at half time to close us down a little bit more, and we were nowhere near as free flowing, and it was a very bitty game in the second half. Wycombe come and they do exactly what they do every time. They try and break the game up as much as possible. They're quite a physical side. They like to play around. I thought we dealt with that quite well today, especially in the last 20 minutes. They were trying to chuck everything at it, but we held resolute. Once again, I'm really, for the second time in 2 weeks, I'm happy. I'm happy with how we've played. I'm happy with how we've performed. I'm glad we've given it some energy and some fight. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where we can go this side. It's going to be difficult to actually achieve anything this season, but let's just get winning games. And if we win games like we do today, if we play like we do today, we're going to win more games than we lose. The only minor gripe is second half, we didn't really create much. But as I said, I think that was more credit to Wycombe improving than us being poor. One last thing, just want to wish all the Kings of Anglia viewers a very happy new year, and let's hope for great times for Ipswich in 2022. Come on, you Blues.